Ladies and gentlemen, let me remind you today that greatness is not built in a single moment. It is built in the small steps, repeated day after day, even when nobody is watching. Success is not an explosion, it is a quiet accumulation. And consistency is the engine that drives you from where you are to where you want to be. Too many people believe they need to take giant leaps, but the truth is, giant leaps are rare. It's not the big moments that define us. It's the little decisions we make when nobody applauds, when nobody encourages, when no one is checking in on us. It's the choice to wake up early when the bed is comfortable. It's the decision to push through one more page, one more call, one more step, even when your body whispers quit. Consistency doesn't always give you instant results, but it gives you something even more powerful: momentum. Every small action is like a brick laid down, and eventually those bricks become a wall. Too often people get discouraged because they can't see the results right away. But you must understand, just because the harvest hasn't come doesn't mean the seed isn't growing. When you water your dream daily, when you show up for your vision relentlessly, it's only a matter of time before the results reveal themselves. You don't have to be the most talented. You don't have to be the smartest. You don't even have to be the strongest. But if you are the most consistent, you will outlast them all. Consistency beats talent when talent refuses to be consistent. Consistency will put you in rooms that talent alone can't keep you in. But here's the truth: consistency is not glamorous. It's not exciting every day. There are no fireworks when you keep your commitment to yourself. But years later, when people see you standing strong, successful, fulfilled, they will call you lucky. And you will smile, because you know it wasn't luck. It was your willingness to win the battle one small step at a time. So I ask you today, what small step will you commit to? Not tomorrow, not next week, right now, because greatness is not built in someday, it is built in today. You don't have to do it all, but you must do something. Take that step and then another. And before you know it, those steps will become miles. Those miles will become a journey, and that journey will become a testimony. Keep showing up. Keep moving forward. Keep building. Because consistency, my friends, will make sure you win. Not all at once, but one step at a time. Consistency beats talent when talent refuses to be consistent. Let me break this down for you. Talent can open the door, but consistency is what keeps you in the room. You may not be the smartest, the fastest, or the most skilled, but if you can be the one who shows up every single day, if you can be the one who refuses to quit when the excitement wears off, then you will rise higher than those who were once ahead of you. Talent without discipline is wasted potential. Talent without consistency is a promise that will never be fulfilled. Think about the people you admire, the ones you call successful. Yes, they may have talent, but what truly sets them apart is their ability to repeat the right actions over and over again, even when it's boring, even when it's uncomfortable, even when nobody is cheering them on. While others give up because the journey feels too long, the consistent ones keep walking. While others wait for motivation to strike, the consistent ones take action whether they feel like it or not. That's why they win. See, talent will give you a head start, but if you stop running, someone with less talent but more consistency will eventually pass. Your life is not a sprint, it's a marathon. The race isn't won by those who run the fastest for a moment, but by those who keep moving mile after mile, step after step. Consistency doesn't need to be loud. It doesn't need to be flashy. It just needs to be steady. And that steady rhythm, that daily grind, is what produces greatness. Many people waste years waiting for the perfect opportunity, the perfect mood, the perfect moment to begin. But consistency says, I don't need perfect conditions. I just need to start. I just need to keep going. And when you show up daily for your dream, the universe begins to recognize your commitment. Doors begin to open. Opportunities begin to appear. People begin to notice. Not because you shouted, not because you bragged, but because you kept showing up when others didn't. Let me tell you, this talent can make people admire you, but consistency will make people respect you. Talent can get you applause, but consistency will get you results. Talent may impress for a moment, but consistency creates a legacy. You don't need to be the best today, but you must decide to keep moving forward every single day. So stop measuring yourself against the most talented person in the room. Start asking yourself, am I consistent? Am I disciplined? Am I showing up for my dream daily? Because if you can say yes to that, I promise you, sooner or later, you'll pass the talented ones who gave up too. Soon, and when you do, you'll know it wasn't luck. It was your relentless consistency that carried you across the finish line. Small daily actions compound into massive life-changing results. That's the truth most people overlook. We live in a world that glorifies big overnight success stories and dramatic transformations. But if you peel back the layers of those stories, you'll find that behind every so-called overnight success are years of small, consistent actions that nobody saw. The books read late at night, the early mornings in silence, the extra phone calls, the small sacrifices, all those little things add up. Life doesn't change all at once. It changes little by little. Every action you take is either moving you closer to your dream or further away from it. Most people underestimate the power of small steps. They want the mountain to move in a day. But real change is the accumulation of tiny choices. 1 push-up becomes 10. 10 push-ups become 100. Saving $1 becomes saving 10. And 10 becomes 1,000. It's the compound effect of those actions that transforms an ordinary life into an extraordinary one. The danger is that small actions feel insignificant in the moment. Reading 10 pages of a book doesn't feel life-changing. Choosing water instead of soda doesn't feel like a breakthrough. Saying no to an hour scrolling and yes to an hour of writing doesn't feel like a revolution. But add those choices together, repeated daily, and suddenly you are a different person 6 months from now, 1 year from now, 5 years from now. The same way bad habits compound against us, good habits compound for us. Eating junk food every day may not hurt you today, but keep it up for years and it shows. Just the same exercising a little every day may not make you ripped tomorrow, but over time it transforms your health. Success is never about one big leap. It's about consistent steps, compounded over time. Too many people are waiting for a breakthrough when in reality, their breakthrough is buried in the small daily actions they keep ignoring. You don't need to wait for something magical to happen. The magic is in your routine. The magic is in your discipline. The magic is in doing the small things that most people overlook. Remember, giants don't fall overnight and champions don't rise overnight. It's always a process of compounding. If you want to transform your life, stop chasing the massive leap and start honoring the small step. Do it every day, no matter how small it seems. One day, someone will look at you and call you lucky, but you'll know it wasn't luck. It was the daily grind, the small actions that compounded into greatness. Keep watering the seed. Keep stacking the bricks, keep adding the little actions, and I promise you, those little actions will deliver big results. Discipline is the bridge between your dreams and reality. Dreams are beautiful, but dreams without discipline are nothing more than wishes. Everyone wants success, but not everyone is willing to pay the price. That price is called discipline, the ability to do what needs to be done even when you don't feel like doing it. Discipline is waking up early when your body craves more sleep. Discipline is saving money when you'd rather spend it. Discipline is pushing yourself through the discomfort because you know comfort won't carry you to greatness. You can dream all day, talk about your vision, write it on your walls and post it on your mirror, but until you put discipline behind it, it will remain nothing more than ink on paper. Discipline is what takes those words and breathes life into them. Without discipline, your potential rots away and your talent becomes a wasted gift. But with discipline, your life transforms. Discipline is the force that shapes habits, and habits are what shape destiny. Let me tell you something powerful. Discipline is not about punishment. It's about alignment. It's about aligning your daily actions with your long-term goals. Most people let their emotions run their lives. They act only when they feel like it. But champions know that discipline doesn't ask, do I feel like it? Discipline says, do it anyway. Feelings come and go, but discipline stays. Feelings are temporary, but discipline is permanent. The truth is, discipline is not easy. If it were, everybody would have the life they want. Discipline demands sacrifice. Discipline demands consistency. Discipline demands saying no to what's easy so you can say yes to what's meaningful. But every time you exercise discipline, you build a stronger version of yourself. Every time you push through resistance, you carve out the path to success. Think of it this way: your dream is on one side of the river and you are standing on the other. That gap between where you are and where you want to be is wide. Talent can't carry you across. Motivation fades halfway through. The only thing that will build a bridge strong enough to get you there is discipline. Every act of discipline lays a plank down, one after another, until suddenly you can walk across to your dream. Without discipline, dreams die in the land of someday. With disciplines become reality in the land of today. Stop waiting for motivation to knock on your door. It's unreliable. Build discipline. Make it a non-negotiable part of your life. Because if you master discipline, you master yourself. And if you master yourself, there's nothing in this world that can stop you from walking across that bridge and living the life you were created for. Progress, not perfection, is the key to momentum. Too many people never start because they're waiting until everything is perfect. They say, when I have more time, I'll start. When I feel more confident, I'll begin. When I have more resources, then I'll take action. But the truth is, perfection is an illusion. It doesn't exist if you're waiting for the perfect moment. You'll wait forever. Progress doesn't require perfection. It requires movement. Even the smallest step forward beats standing still, and every step compounds into momentum. Think about a train. It can be held back by a small block of wood on the tracks, but once it builds momentum, nothing can stop it. Not walls, not barriers, not mountains. The same is true in your life. Progress creates momentum, and momentum makes you unstoppable. The problem is people confuse progress with perfection. They think if they make mistakes, they've failed. But mistakes are not signs of failure, they are signs of movement. You can't steer a parked car, but once it's moving, you can adjust the wheel. The same applies to your life. Perfection is the enemy of growth. Perfection says, don't try until you're ready. Progress says, start where you are, use what you have, and do what you can. You don't need all the answers, you don't need the perfect plan. What you need is to start moving forward one step at a time. Each step will teach you something. Each mistake will grow you. Each failure will strengthen you. It's not about getting it right all the time. It's about refusing to quit. Momentum doesn't come from sitting around thinking about what could happen. Momentum comes from taking action, even small action. Read a page, make a call, go for a walk, save $1. These little acts don't seem like much, but they create forward motion. And once you're in motion, you'll be surprised how much easier it is to keep going. It's like pushing a heavy rock. At first, it takes all your strength just to get it to budge. But once it's rolling, the effort becomes lighter. That's the power of progress. Don't get caught up in the idea that you have to do everything perfectly. Nobody does. The most successful people in the world are not perfect. They are consistent. They are relentless. They keep moving forward in spite of mistakes, in spite of setbacks, in spite of failure. They understand that the road to greatness is not straight. It's filled with twists, turns, and bumps. But every bump is progress and every turn is movement. So stop aiming for perfection and start aiming for progress. Take the step you've been afraid to take. Write the words you've been holding back. Launch the idea you've been sitting on. Don't worry if it's messy. Don't worry if it's imperfect. What matters is that you're moving, because progress creates momentum, and momentum will carry you further than perfection ever could. Consistency builds unshakable habits that create success over time. Anybody can be excited for a day. Anybody can be motivated for a week. But it's not what you do once in a while that defines you. It's what you do day after day, whether you feel like it or not. Success is not about intensity. It's about consistency. Think about it. Brushing your teeth once with all the energy in the world won't give you healthy teeth, but brushing them twice a day, every day will. The same principle applies to your dreams, your goals, and your life. Consistency is where discipline meets destiny. It's where ordinary actions turn into extraordinary results. Most people underestimate the power of small, consistent habits. They look for the big breakthrough, the magic bullet, the overnight success story. But the truth is, greatness is built in the small moments, in the daily grind, in the repetition nobody sees, the athletes you admire, the leaders you respect, the innovators who inspire you. They didn't get there by chance. They got there by being consistent when others quit. They got there by showing up when they didn't feel like it, by doing the work even when no applause was waiting. The danger with inconsistency is that it robs you of your momentum. Starting and stopping keeps you stuck at the beginning. Imagine trying to light a fire. You strike the match, let it burn for a moment, then blow it out. Then you strike another and another, but never let it catch. That's how most people live their lives. They start, but they never stay long enough to ignite the fire. Consistency means you keep the flame alive, even when it's just a spark, until it grows into a roaring fire. And here's the truth. Consistency doesn't require perfection. You don't need to do everything right. You just need to keep doing something. Even if you miss a day, don't miss two. Even if you stumble, get back up and keep moving. Success doesn't belong to the smartest, the fastest, or even the most talented. It belongs who refuse to stop showing up. Consistency beats talent when talent refuses to work. Consistency beats intelligence when intelligence lacks action. If you want to transform your life, don't ask, what can I do once that will change everything? Ask, what can I do every single day that will move me forward? Build routines that align with your vision. Create habits that support your future. And remember, small hinges swing big doors. The little things you do daily, reading for 20 minutes, exercising for 30 minutes, writing one page, saving $1, compound into massive change. Consistency is the great equalizer. You don't have to be extraordinary. You just have to be consistent. Because when you keep showing up day after day, step after step, you eventually cross the finish line while others are still waiting for the perfect time to start. And that, my friends, is how you win, one small step at a time, repeated with relentless consistency.